Good morning and welcome to the Tech Life. My name is Jay and I am a software developer. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and I'm currently a developer with Infosys. And I've been starting that track as my first developing job. Now, with this channel, it's actually been in existence since 2019 when I started going to school at Full Sail University. The channel has been chiefly there to submit assignments. We would have to do videos of assignments that we complete, talking about our decision making processes, showing how the code works, and basically showing the page in real time. So it was a way to be able to communicate these assignments in with our instructors, with us being online. Uh, so what did I want to go from with that focus? Well, I wanted to take this channel and I wanted to start sharing these things with other new developers out there. When I was starting off, I started on sites like Code Academy and Free Coder Camp. I've got some lessons from Udemy as well. And as I looked out there and I saw the wealth of knowledge that was there, sometimes it was a little too intimidating to go and see the processes that were involved in becoming a website developer, a web application developer, and a software developer. And so I wanted to take this channel and to go from the perspective of a new developer and to show you step by step, and break it down a little bit more than some of those sites do. Because don't get me wrong, they do a great job at getting that information out there. But for some people, in some circumstances, it could be a little overwhelming. And so I'm hoping that with this channel, I can kind of cut that back a little bit more and uh, make it a little bit easier. But then I thought about the other bits of tech knowledge that I know as well, anywhere from laptops to gaming consoles, mobile devices, and PCs. It's That's also knowledge that I want to be able to share with people, and so I'm kind of hoping that this channel can grow, with the more things that I can learn, the more things that you can learn, and just to be able to share this wealth of knowledge with you. And I'm hoping that this can be a very enjoyable experience for everybody, and I'd like to be able to get that kind of feedback. So as I'm putting these videos out, please feel free to comment. Positive comments, please. I know there's a lot of internet trolls out there and stuff like that, so um, won't accept that on this channel at all. Um, but please feel free to comment if I'm talking about something on here and I'm wrong about it. I love debates. Shout it out in the comments there. Let me know about it. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I'll right off the bat that I'm wrong about it. And the other thing that I'm hoping for this channel is I want to continue to learn and grow. And so having other developers out there, comment on the channel, even new developers out there commenting their experiences and all that, it gives everybody an opportunity to learn. So I want this to be a platform from a new developer to new developers by new developers, and I kind of want to be able to have that the open feel and a safe place for new people to kind of learn these things out. Before I move forward into this, I want to give a couple shout outs to some of the YouTube channels that I've seen out there that have been a great inspiration into the things that I've done and going into this world of tech. And the first one is actually JayzTwoCents. Um, when I was younger, my father worked on computers, and he, putting things like sound cards in because we had the home computer, and it was nice to see that new technology, and once a month going down to the local Radio Shack and seeing what's new for the computer to go in there. And so that was kind of like that first step into learning to build computers. And just as I've been seeing more and more of these things come out, like learning more about AIOs and water cooling systems and seeing just how advanced things are, one of the comments he makes is that yes, it does become very intimidating, but it's actually not as difficult as it seems. And Jay and his team is just awesome breaking all that stuff down and making it very, very understandable for new builders to get out there and to join in on this craft as well. So JayzTwoCents, you guys are awesome. I wanted to do a shout out to you guys, and then also the things that they've done just for the community themselves. One of the videos, and I'll try to put a link to the description of this one here, but just to show you, like, this is a community that is safe for people to come into and to learn. One of the a developer that was out there, a streamer, had won a contest, and from what I understand, there was a polling of the result and a basically a redraw on the result, and along with other tech companies and other developers out there, and other PC builders, Jay's team rallied together, and they really set the record straight for everybody on that. So that's definitely, if you're kind of nervous about being in this community and about wondering if you're going to get the support that you need to be a new developer, a new builder, a new gamer. I want to put a link to that video in here specifically on that one, because it really does show you that this is the type of community where we all look out for each other, and yeah, there's nothing that you should worry about, and that is another reason for wanting to build this channel up. Is I want to make this a safe place for any new developer to kind of see what about getting into the field, about getting into doing this for fun. Now, for myself, I want to talk a little bit more about what I do. I am what's called a .NET developer, which means I specialize in the .NET frameworks and C# as a programming language. And basically, that whole framework and the programming language for C# was built back in the early 2000s by Microsoft. And it is a very versatile language. Not only do you have like great desktop applications that were built off of it, or great web applications that were built off of it, it's also the basis of a lot of the databases that are out there that are used today for applications, and it's also the basis for a lot of the games that are out there as well. A very well-known gaming language and engine, Unity, is based off of the .NET frameworks, and so that's something that I'll showcase in here as well as I kind of make my move into that. So not only do I build software applications, I do web applications. I started learning gaming applications, so that's something that I want to showcase on this channel. And I've also started bridging out into becoming a gamer. I've played PC games in the past, and I haven't done it recently, but to give you an idea of how long it's been since I've actually played a legitimate PC game, I remember being up with my father like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock in the morning, playing Wolfenstein 3D and Spirit Destiny. And then myself and my cousins like loving adventure games like Loom and Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis from LucasArts. So those are the types of games that I grew up playing. And then I used to love the simulators like The Sims and Roller Coaster Tycoon. And then from there, I moved more into console gaming. And, you know, it was very Nintendo and PlayStation. So love the Uncharted franchise. Love Tomb Raider. You know, Mario is something that I've grown up with all my life. And then games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, things like those are all games that I've played, but I've never been like a serious gamer. And I've started slowly moving into that realm where I've been getting back into PC gaming, because it's nice to see where that technology has gone, and it's just become very impressive and something that has just kind of recently been reignited with a lot of the stories that are out there. So I don't play games just for the fact of like the hack and slash or like the full shooters just to get out there and score points. Like I love games that have a good story on it, and so that's why I've started getting more into like the PC gaming, because it's just the story and the graphics. And then the programming involved is also like seeing that kind of challenge. That's something that I love as well. And then getting into building, I've actually, um, like I said, when I was younger, like watching my father put in, like, install sound cards into computers, because that was like the big thing back then, was to get the home PC. You know, we had the Tandy 1000 RSX, and you know, my dad went out and bought the Sound Blaster 16-bit, you know, card back then, and installed that. And we were talking about like how that was like the greatest sound that we've had from any of the games, and the realism that came out of Wolfenstein 3D, when we were able to put like that, the sound source add-on speaker to it, where it was just sound effects that came from that was all something that like awestruck me when I was younger. um, but there was no resources like this back then, and so there was a bit of hesitancy and nerve-wrackingness when you looked at computer programming, because languages back then were like basic, and you had to go, you know, for years and years in the college before you can understand that. And just from that time period back then to how you had to learn computer programming and building computers and learning about engineering, to now, where you can go into like a 6 month or 1 year long boot camp and get that same education and be able to get yourself into a job. Like it's night and day, like from where we were back then, in the 80s and 90s to now. And to be able to like grow up in that whole time span has just been amazing. And so watching a lot of videos on PC builds, and getting more and more curious about it, because now it's not just adding things like a sound card or new hard drive to it. It's actually working with the motherboard and building with memory, and uh, you know, making decisions like air cooling versus water cooling. Those kind of things just change up what it's like to be a PC builder. And the fact that it doesn't require a college degree anymore to be able to do that is just amazing. So this is all things that I want to be able to showcase on this channel, and we'll start with this little introductory video. So this is not much going on with it. I have a couple of other videos slated that'll be coming out real soon. One in particular talking about Full Sail University, and the pros and cons about that, and so you kind of get a little bit more dive into what my life has been like. So yeah, welcome to my channel. I hope that you guys will hit the like and subscribe buttons down there. Let me know what kind of content that you would like to see. Let me know what you thought of this first video out there. You know, this is the very first time that I'm actually speaking out to people out there in the land of YouTube. And so thank you very much for taking the time out to watch this video. I'm hoping to be able to make some great content for you guys, and I hope you enjoy and learn along the way. Thank you very much, guys, and I will see you shortly.